What's good, y'all? I decided to give y'all one more live before the new year. Wanted to say thank you for everything. We had a really good year. We progressed a lot, and it's all because of you. So I'm, deeply indebted for anybody that's ever like watched 1 second of one video. If you've ever made a slick comment where you got mad at me, thank you. Still, thank you. But we're gonna get into a very interesting topic. Who is the best fighter of the new generation? It's really not going to be. It's really not going to be me that's going to answer this question. It's going to be you today. I'm going to give you the criteria, and y'all give it to me in the comments because we got some good ones. We got some good ones. I'm gonna wait till a little bit more people get in there. All right, they already started kicking. Well, wait, let me give y'all the criteria. Okay. First, eye test. 2, fighters beat, which is resume that goes along. As a matter of fact, 2, fighters beaten. 3, accomplishments. 4, potential. All right, so 1, eye test. 2, fighters beaten. 3, accomplishments. 4, potential. I didn't get a chance to watch it, Dre. All right, that's your 4 criteria. All right, so we got Jared Anderson, Bam Rodriguez, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Jerron Ennis, Ryan Garcia, Virgil Ortiz, Keyshawn Davis. Under 25, 25 and under. Now, I know people are thinking, okay, well, you got the new generation. That includes Javante Davis, Cool Boy there, 27, 28 years old. They're already in their primes. Like you're seeing the best versions of those fighters. And while they're elite guys, they're the generation before this generation. This is you're about to start seeing these guys make a major jump. So, based off of that criteria, who is the best fighter? That's the question for today. That's the question. All right. We're about to poke through the resumes. All right, we're going to start with the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Haney. Shouts out to Dev. All right, we're going to go to the last 5 fights. All right, so we got Yuriorkis Gamboa, Jorge Linares, Jojo Diaz, and then 2 bouts with George Kambosos, right? Some people are critical of Devin Haney's resume. I think it's a really good resume for a guy 23 years old. I mean, even before then, he beat solid guys on his way up. You had Zaro Abdullayev, who's undefeated, Alfredo Santiago, undefeated, Mason Menard, solid gatekeeper, contender / Juan Carlos Burgos. Yeah, Antonio Moran. They moved him well. A lot of times you want to see him against those, the other names of his generation, but that really doesn't happen until a little bit later. But yeah, to me, Dev has a real solid resume. When you look at Dev, you see an elite fighter. Now, Dev doesn't close the show like some of these other fighters. And that's, I guess, the biggest knock you can have on him. But Dev rarely loses rounds. So you got to give him his props on that. So, yeah. Remember, eye test. Fighters beaten. accomplishments, potential. That's the criteria for the day. All right, so we are going to let's go with Bam Rodriguez next. Bam's had a very good year. Very good year. I forget Bam's name is Jesse. All right, so last 5 fights. Saul Juarez, don't really know who that is. Jose Burgos, don't really know who that is. Carlos Cuadras, really good win. Cy Rungeside, really good win. Israel Gonzalez, solid win. Now, the thing is with Bam, because the smaller weights, the names really aren't that recognizable. The thing is, he beat two guys. Bam only has 17 fights. He's not supposed to beat those guys with 17 fights. Well, I'm sorry, shit. It was really 15 fights when he got Carlos Cuadras. He's not supposed to be fighting a guy with 40 something fights. Sort of run beside damn near got 60 fights. He's not supposed to be. He's not supposed to be in a ring with a guy of that ilk yet, but he is, and he looks spectacular doing it. So when you look at Bam, I would have loved to see Bam versus Naoya Inoue. That would have been a good fight at 118. But all right, so next, let's go with Jared Anderson. Last 5 fights. All right, we got Jeremiah Karpinski. Not really familiar with him. Vladimir Terskin, 22-0. That was a good win. I remember watching that fight. All right. Alexander Teslenko. I know he sent dude to hell, but I never watched him before. Mijan Rovic. I can't. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. I can't pronounce these names. Jerry Forrest. Jerry Forrest, that was a good one. So what we got? 16-2, 22-0, 17-11, 24-2, 26-5-2. All right. So he only has 13 fights. And I feel like they are moving him in the right direction, giving him step up, step up. Each guy brought something different to the table. And you saw Jarrett showcase a bunch of different abilities that you hadn't seen him do before. Like, you seen him fight on the inside, you seen him stick with the jab, you seen him brawl in the last fight. So he showed you he can do so many things. I definitely think that he's the future heavyweight champion of the world. That's without a doubt. All right, so who's next? Let's go Ryan Garcia. Underrated resume. The Instagram boxer, like some people want to call him. All right, Ryan Garcia, 23-0, 19 KOs. Last 5 fights. Romero Duno at 21-1. Good win. A lot of people said that, he was ducking Duno. I remember that. A lot of people said he was ducking Duno. He didn't want the smoke. Really good win. Duno, he sparked Duno in the first round. Beautiful left hook. He sent Duno to hell. That's the one thing about Ryan Garcia, bro. That whip of a left hook that he turns it over awkward. Like anybody in the lightweight division, you're gonna have to keep your right hand up. He can turn it over at any time, backing up, coming forward, even when you think that he shouldn't throw it or he shouldn't land it, he will. All right, Francisco Fonseca, another first round knockout. Fonseca was a solid guy. Fonseca is definitely a good gatekeeper, is a good test. Luke Campbell, gold medalist. He showed adversity in that fight. Got knocked down, got caught with a pretty left hand. You know, Ryan, bad defensive fundamentals at time, fights with his chin in the air, but he showed grit, got up, and he showed that he can stop fighters in a multitude of ways because he caught him with a beautiful body shot, sent the packet. Emmanuel Tegu, Emmanuel Tegu is a good fighter, man. Good fighter. Um, Size difference was drastic. They fought at 140, which you give Ryan a hell of an advantage in that, but still a good fighter. And then Javier Fortuna. Javier Fortuna is a solid guy. Looked a little bit past it, but he's still a good name. So got to give Ryan his props for that one. All right, so where we at now? Let's go Keyshawn Davis. Only 7 fights, so we can wrap this up really quickly. All right, so silver medalist. Only 7 fights. But he shouldn't be fighting guys in his fifth or sixth fight. Right? So we're gonna do his last 3. Esteban Sanchez, 18-1. That's his fifth fight. You're not supposed to be fighting guys with 19 fights. What's good, y'all? Yeah. David Morrell. David Morrell is definitely one to watch out for. I'm a big David Morrell guy. I rate David's definitely in my top 10 as far as like potential goes. I think David's in the top 3. But as far as right now, I didn't have him in this. All right, so we had Omar Bahina, 25-5. That's a guy with 30 fights. It's his sixth fight. So, and then you had Juan Carlos Burgos, grizzled veteran, been in there with the best, 35-6-3. That's his seventh fight. So he's definitely on track. He's like, he's not even on track. He's beyond track to where as though he's not supposed to be fighting guys with 30, 40 plus fights in his 6 to 7 fight. That's unheard of. But yeah, shouts out to him. All right, so who's next? Virgil Ortiz. 19-0, 19 knockouts. It's fucking impressive. Okay. Brad Solomon, 28-1. You remember Brad Solomon? Decorated amateur, solid guy. Samuel Vargas. Samuel Vargas been beat on by top level 47s for like the past 5-6 years. Still a good win. Maurice Hooker. I've never thought much of Maurice Hooker, but former champion at 140 pounds. Uh, yeah, I never thought much of Maurice Hooker, but still, former world champion, so you got to give him that. Egis Kavaliaskis, main machine, 22-1-1. I felt like he lost to Ray Robinson, but had a really good showing against Terrence Crawford. Stopped David Avanesian and just beat Mike Fox. So that's definitely a good win for your 18th fight. And Michael McKinson, 22-0. Really didn't see much of Michael McKinson, wasn't familiar with him, but he showed a different style that Virgil ended up conquering. So we got 28-1, 31-5-2, 27-1-3, 21-1-1, and 22-0. That's a good resume. And now he's about to fight Amanda Stanionis. So they're definitely moving him right, and he's showing that he's the goods. Shakur Stevenson, another silver medalist. Okay. Toka Khan Clary, 28-2. Decision win. That was a competitive fight. I think that was that the first fight coming off of the COVID layoff? Nah, that wasn't the first fight. That was the second fight coming off the COVID layoff. Uh, Still a solid win for, I think that was Shakur's what, 14th fight? So that was definitely a solid win. What else you got? You got Jeremiah Nakatila. Okay, 21-1. Now, at the time, people thought Nakatila was just a guy, but Nakatila ended up stopping Miguel Burchell. So he's definitely a contender, a solid, real solid guy at 135 pounds. And then after that, Jamel Herring, world champion, 23-2, former Olympian, really good win. And then Oscar Valdez, 30-0, two-division world champion, great win. Great win, great performance. Then gold medalist Robson Kinseki 17-1. In his last 5 fights, he's fought nothing but solid competition. None of those fighters I'm going to say I would consider great, but Oscar Valdez has a shot at making the Hall of Fame if he wins some, if he beats like a guy like Navarrete, gets a couple more quality wins. And last but not least, Jerron Ennis, aka the eye test. 29-0, 27 knockouts. Okay, so let's start this off. Juan Carlos Abreu, 23-5. No, I'm sorry. Chris Van Heerden, that ended in a no contest. We all saw what happened in that fight. Headbutt, split Van Heerden wide open. He looked like he was ready to go in round one. Chris Van Heerden, I think he only got 2 losses at the time. One was to Earl Spence. We got former world champion Sergey Lipinets at 16-1. Van Heerden was 28-2-1. Yeah, Sergey Lipinets, the only guy to beat him at that time was Mikey Garcia. And he had a couple of good wins with his resume. Um, he ended up retiring Lamont Peterson for a long time until now. Lamont Peterson will be returning to the ring this week. So shouts out to him. That was an underrated win because at the time he was, I think he was number 10 in the top 10. So it was definitely a measuring stick. A lot of boots detractors said, "Oh, he's really a 140." But with that kind of logic, you just say, "Well, Terrence Crawford really is a 135." So if Earl beats him, he shouldn't get credit. Can't really use that. Like Sergey Lipinets was a top 10 fighter at 147 pounds, and it's a good win. Thomas Delorme, 25-5-1. That was a first round knockout. Thomas Delorme was coming off of giving Amanda Staniotis a tough 12-round fight. Some people had it a draw. Some people had Staniotis. Overall, it was a good fight. That was a first round stoppage. Delorme normally gives everybody problems. Castillo Clayton, 19-0. Now, there was plenty of guys that felt like Boots was ducking Castillo Clayton. One of my guys, Bushido's boxer, was pushing that narrative. Even Clayton's team was saying that Boots was ducking him. Second round KO. Undefeated guy, Olympian. And now, January 7th, he's fighting Kareem Chudzistan. I hope I pronounced that right. All right, so I gave y'all the resume. Last 5 fights. As we know, Shakur Stevenson, 2-division world champion. Devin Haney, undisputed. Bam Rodriguez. I think Bam is a 2-division world champion, if I'm not mistaken. Bam's, yo, in the comments, is Bam a 2-division world champion? I think he is. he might just be a one division world champion. All right. So, who you got? Eye test, fighters beaten, accolades, potential. Who you got? Molly Mall. Molly Mall. Shakur and Keyshawn, I think, are the same age. Or Shakur's a little bit older. Keyshawn's 23. I think Shakur's 24. So, yeah, it's the same generation. That's only 2 years, man. All right, I'm seeing a lot of Boots and a lot of Shakur. Who you got? Oh, Happy New Year. If I don't see y'all like 2 weeks, I do lives inconsistent, but if I don't see y'all like 2 weeks, Happy New Year. Thank you for everything. We had a really, really good year. We progressed. I'm looking forward to just giving y'all more content and just giving y'all variety. Um, Shouts out to my boy GHB, Greg Haggett. What up, G? Hey, G, as a matter of fact, hop on here, Jay, if you can. Hop on here, man. Who y'all got? Based off of that 4 criteria? Who? I'm not familiar with, how you pronounce that? Jalov? I'm not familiar with. Based off of that 4 criteria, who you got, man? Who will be the best fighter? Who is the best fighter? And who will be the best fighter in the new generation when it's all said and done? And then I'll tell you who I got. Ric Flair, Prime AB is Boots peak level. Hey, yo, are you getting started earlier on the weed? You get started early? You know what I'm saying? You getting the party started early? Fuck no. Prime Ray Leonard, Prime Roy Jones is Boots ceiling. Will he ever get there? I'm not sure. But that's his ceiling. Those fighters. The legend, Lord of the Smoke.
Happy New Year, Mel.
Happy New Year's to you, my guy. First, I want to say this, man. A lot of my success, is attributed to you, and not people think it's just the interviews, but behind the scenes, you snapped me, and it allowed me to go wherever I wanted in Philly. You, Daoud Bey, Rel, Bozy, etc. So I'm forever in your debt, man.
Appreciate that, bro. But listen, when we talked about in the beginning, you did the number one thing I asked you to do is just keep it consistent. Because a lot of people, they tried to cover Philly boxing, but they ain't had the balls to do it, or they just ain't had the time to do it. So I appreciate you for putting in that fucking work, man.
My man. IJ, I gave you 8 names.
Talk to me.
Okay, so we got Shakur Stevenson, we got
Yeah.
Jerron Ennis, Devin Haney, Virgil Ortiz, Ryan Garcia, Jared Anderson, Bam Rodriguez, and Keyshawn Davis. Who is the best fighter of this generation?
Right now, to me, Out of that list, hold up. Is
All
Tank
right.
Davis? Is Tank Davis on that list?
No. I consider Tank Davis and Stephen Fulton not the new generation. They are already established.
Yeah,
So
because
this
Tank
the crowd.
28.
Yeah, isn't Tank and Cool Boy 28, right?
Yeah, they both like 28, 27. Yeah, 28.
So this the criteria, G. Eye test, fighters beaten, accolades, and potential.
What did it? What did it have to be? If you go right now, it have to be Devin Haney.
I can see.
Cause out of that list, if you go off of which everything you just gave me, like names, credentials, and shit like that, it have to be Devin Haney. But of course, it's gonna be an argument for Shakur and Boots. Boots ain't get the chance yet. They really ain't get Boots the chance. And Shakur, he was beating up all the little guys. Now he ready to step up to 35 and beat up the small big guys. So, you know what I mean? It's tough, but you'll have to give it to Devin Haney based off of, you know what I mean, the list you gave me.
Yeah. As far with me goes, eye test, Boots.
Yeah, off the eye
Boots
test.
full package. But if I have to look at who like what you've done, who you've beaten, I would have to go Dev slightly over Shakur.
Yeah,
Just slightly for getting the undisputed.
yeah. And I mean, and like I said, he beat the man that beat the man that beat the man.
True.
You know what I mean? So for that, you gotta give. Cause listen, we don't think much of Cambosis now, but after beating Tio, a lot of people was vouching for Cambosis.
They were.
A lot of people was vouching for him. And you know, it was I could see it that way if you base it off Tio beating Lomachenko and then Cambosis beating Tio. It's like, yeah, he the man now. No, bro.
All right, we got the boxing nerd on here. What's up, boxing nerd?
Well, what's going on, guys? You guys are my favorite Philly guys, man.
Appreciate that. You got a
Greg
question for
is
G?
the funniest guy I've ever seen from Philly. Honestly, this guy is hilarious. And sports media, you give the best interviews, man. You always get the inside, and then always getting the exclusives with Bozy and Jerron. So I'm happy to talk to you guys finally. So.
Appreciate you for watching, bro.
Yeah, no worries, man. I thought I probably started watching you when you were like 8,000 subscribers or earlier. So I just been
Yeah.
watching ever since. Like, this guy gets every Jerron in this interview. I need these, so I gotta watch these, man. Yeah, you guys are awesome though, for real.
Thank you.
No worries, man.
Hey, Keith, Cool Boy is 28, to my knowledge. Oh, hey, boxing nerd, you got a question for G?
Um, when did you Yeah, I have one question. When did you start your boxing career? Like when you were younger, what was your age? Would you say?
I was 12 years old, but my father took me in the gym when I was 5, and I used to train a little bit. But 12 is when I actually jumped in on my own and started training.
Oh, that's awesome. So where'd you start your when you went pro? What was your weight? Would you say?
I turned pro at 168. I should have been at like 140.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yo,
Jeez.
G, I don't think dudes realize the dudes that you fought. Like, boxing nerd, did you know Greg fought Jared Hurd?
No, I went through his resume. This guy fought straight
Yeah.
killers. He didn't care, man. Greg didn't
Yeah,
care, man. He shot
yeah.
killers, man. This guy was nuts, bro.
Yo,
I watched G fight a 6'6" heavyweight. Dude was like 300 pounds. Johnny, what up?
what's popping, man? What's popping?
What's good?
Johnny,
Shit, I got this colitis infection, so I've been kind of like resting.
I
Hey,
told you,
nigga, I ain't talked to you in like 4 days.
I told you leave those white girls alone, didn't I, Johnny?
You know, I don't be with them Beckys, man. You're about to get your chin test. You're telling me you're about to get them Beckys.
Telling you, bro. Tried to tell you.
What's popping, man? What's the subject?
Subject is who's the best young fighter of the new generation, right? So we got what? Shakur, Boots, Dev, Ryan, Virgil, Keyshawn, Jared Anderson, Bam Rodriguez. All right, and the criteria is eye test, fighters fought, potential, and accolades.
All right, so all around accolades, you got to give it to Shakur or Devin Haney. And Bam, what, a two-way champion or one?
One. I think he's going for a second week.
Upside and overall fighter, give it to Boots. Brand, you gotta give it to Ryan Garcia.
I can see that. Like Ryan Garcia, like if Ryan beats Tank, Ryan's gonna be the biggest fighter in the world.
No, for sure.
That's crazy.
He probably already a top 5 most popular fighter right now.
He can't beat,
huh?
He can't beat Tank.
He's not. I agree with you. He's not gonna beat Tank. But I'm saying if that kid walks outside and all that, a lot of people know who he is.
Yeah.
If you're Ryan and you step in the Tank at the fight,
yeah, you gotta hype up that fight.
I mean, he don't have to, but I think he should stay away from him. Don't step up to him because he might swing on you. Tank going through a lot right now.
Man, treat this shit like WWE entertainment.
But it ain't that.
Tank will understand that. Get in that ring, call him out. If you gotta make emotions happen, people going that shit going to probably do 1 million views right after that. Yeah, I can't wait for it.
Take said there's no safety on the Glock, so you already know.
Right? Yo, is Maryland the place you want to be at though? Was you ready to take that?
Yeah, they gonna have security for it. Make that shit like WWE. See Tyson Fury do it.
Yeah. You better have fucking Optimus Prime and Bumblebee with
it. I seen my man Ty Barnett took a loss in DC one time. They jumped the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fought on that card. Ty Barnett fought the guy, lost to him, and they jumped the boy after the fight. So if they go crazy over Ty Barnett, they're gonna lose their mind over Tank.
You know, it'll be the situations and areas and all that shit. Ryan Garcia be stupid to be in there by himself.
I think he better take Mill advice, get Optimus in there with him.
If I was him, like if I'm going to advice this and that, even on Tank's side, after you went, let the young boy come in and bring a little commotion. Tank, you get the business a little bit, man.
I don't think Tank feel like playing right now.
He should understand the business. Like that should be worked out where Ryan hops in the ring. And, they talk their shit. But like Greg said, Tank might swing on him, bro, which would be good promotion.
Yeah, Tank's a volcano right now. He's a volcano, bro.
Yeah, if he breaks his jaw, then the fight gonna get pushed back. So
you only gotta swing on him, push him, or whatever you gotta do.
That's where I'm at with it. He might break his jaw. You hit him.
Yeah. Tank know not to mess up that bag.
I don't know, Johnny.
No, he know not to mess up that bag.
He pushed Rolly off the stage, and Rolly would have twisted his ankle. The bag's gone.
Real shit.
Yeah, Rolly was frail as hell. Like he was barely a man at that point.
Yeah, that was a bad cut, right?
The first press conference, you could tell where Rolly was at compared to Tank. Tank was ready to take it somewhere else.
Yeah. But that goes along with G, what you said. He was like, by him grabbing his chain, by him grabbing Ryan's chain, he already took a piece of him. And Rolly at the press conference, before Rolly's talking greasy, then at the press conference, Tank met him with a certain kind of energy, and Rolly really wasn't that same guy anymore. And I felt like that's gonna play a role in this Ryan fight.
I agree, but you know how it is. Some people, how can you say they like Ryan and Rolly? I'm not sure how much Rolly, but Ryan never lived like a street lifestyle. If it was probably Shakur or Devin Haney and them would probably been different. They'd probably been mixing. the change is a pride.
I mean,
Yeah,
I feel you, but there's some you met some suburban dudes that you can't play with like that. It don't. It's a mentality. It's not necessarily where you're from. Where you're from has
No,
something to do with how you react.
I
But
agree. It don't matter where you're from. I'm talking about that street mentality. Like, oh, you touched my chain is on like Ryan Garcia and them. I wouldn't be surprised if a kid never got into a fist fight outside the ring. It's just certain bringings.
yeah,
There's certain.
I think people kind of
that's
like
what it looked like.
people kind of compare him to Oscar, and people don't remember Oscar's from East LA. He's from the back block, so it's a little different.
Real shit.
But yeah, it's a good people hate on his. There's a lot of good young crops fighters coming. I like the kid Tiger. Who else? There's going to be a lot. That 140 is going to be. You got Gary Antoine. There's a lot of young crop coming. A lot of kids coming up, man.
I
Jared
thought
Anderson, Frank Sanchez.
I thought Tiger was at 47.
No, he
coming
140.
down.
Oh, you gonna bring it down now?
Yeah, they slowly bringing him down. Hey, G, we always talk about 140, right?
Yeah.
I looked the other day, Johnny, boxing nerd. What if I told you that 140 is 30 fighters deep? Would y'all believe me?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Okay. About to run this up.
Brandon Lee fighting on Boots card now.
Yeah.
Yo, that card is so stacked. It's crazy, bro. I seen everybody on the card. They did a little trailer.
I wonder if he's fighting because I know Anthony Peterson needed an opponent.
Brandon Lee scared of Boots. That's why he tried to go to 140.
Don't do that, G.
Brandon Lee's been at 140 though.
No, he ain't make 140 yet. He been fighting at
He's been fighting at catch weights.
43, 44. He's scared to death of Boots.
I thought they were cool. I thought they were like boys and stuff.
I don't give a fuck if we was cool. The kind of money they fighting for, let's get it. I'll fight my brother. I'll fight my brother if I had to.
That's facts. That's facts.
All right. Y'all ready real fast? All right. When I say 40 fighters deep, when I say 30 fighters deep, I mean you could throw a lot of these dudes in a bag and just come out with good fights. All right. So first we got Regis Prograis. Number 2, Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez, Jose Ramirez, Sandor Martin, Jack Catterall, Gary Antoine, Sabril Matias, Arnold Barbosa, Pedraza, Richard Comey, Steve Spark, Ryan Garcia, Jose Zepeda, Alberto Puello, Jeremiah Ponce, Richardson Hitchings, Sergey Lipinets, Brandon Lee, Montana Love. All right, so we had 20.
Damn.
Whoa.
All right. You got Victor Postal, Elvis Rodriguez, Kenneth Sims, Mario Barrios, Liam Paro, Francis Bartholomew, and then you can add some of the young boys that's prospects at 40, like Tiger Johnson, guys like that.
So 140 is the best division, essentially.
It's the deepest. I think Barrios moved up to 147.
And I also think within 7 months, Devin Haney will be there.
Oh,
yeah, more than likely.
So,
you guys think we get the Shakur fight or probably not with Devin?
Unless it's at 40.
Yeah.
They'll be down the line.
Because Devin looks like a skeleton every weigh-in, so it's kind of scary for him.
That 140 going to be tough mixes for Devin, man.
Yeah, the best ones are southpaws. Like Josh Taylor's a southpaw, Regis Prograis a southpaw. What else is there? There's a couple southpaws, and then if they're not champion, they're top contenders. So
I'm a big Devin Haney guy. Johnny calls me a Devin Haney fanboy. I see about at least 5 guys that can beat Devin on here. Now Devin can beat them, but I see 5 guys that can beat them.
Most of them are southpaws, no?
Yeah.
See, it's a danger out there for Devin.
Who would be your 5 that you see? 50-50 fights.
Josh Taylor,
Yeah, facts.
Gary Antoine,
Ooh.
Regis Prograis.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to surprise some people. Sabriel Matias.
Really? Okay.
And
What about Jose Ramirez?
I got him beating Jose Ramirez, but that's a tough fight.
That's a tough fight.
Yeah, if he can't keep Jose Ramirez off him, he gonna have a tough time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a tough fight for him.
Because Jose Ramirez is a big ass 140 too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's facts.
Yeah, Richardson Hitchens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Rich.
Jose spars with Virgil, doesn't he? So it's gonna be a tough time.
Hey, I gotta
No,
get out, fellas. I appreciate y'all.
All right,
All
G,
right, Greg.
appreciate you.
All right.
yeah, Jose Ramirez, that's a big ass. He bigger than a lot of these 147s. Naturally, I'll be wondering how his ass be still going down to 140.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, L-Dub, that's a good name.
They tell
He's
Akuma.
definitely in the mix too.
He beat Barrios in Peru. Yeah, I think Barrios is up 147 right now, supposedly.
Yeah, but who knows? You know, them guys move up and down based off of situation.
So YSM, if Boots can't get Spence or Crawford, even though I think he will, because I think Spence will probably vacate, in my opinion, if he doesn't fight him. Because if after this fight he's gonna have till like April or May, 120 days, like so 4 months until he's mandated to fight Boots. So if he can't fight,
whenever he comes back to the ring, 120 days from that day.
yeah. So that'll be like what, April, May?
No, they'll be like September or
so it's
August.
Oh wow.
Because if he fights in April, it'll be 120 days from there.
Yeah.
Oh, so what the fight after Spence fights, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Spence
I thought it was after Boots.
Thurman.
Oh, my bad.
No, 120 days after Spence returns to the ring.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So, in between that time, who would you want to see him fight? After Karen. In between like September. January to September.
I would like to see him like names wise. That's reasonable because Virgil, Stanionis, they got their politics going over there. Cool. I would like to see it. I would like to see this Rashidi Ellis shit.
Oh, that'd be great.
No.
You don't think so?
Y'all, I think that's a good fight. I would want to see Rashidi after Spence. Or if Spence vacates, let Boots versus Rashidi be for the vacant IBF.
No, that would be perfect.
I don't want Boots versus Rashidi to be without a belt. Because I think that might be the only guy that gets in the ring with him. I'm not sure if Oscar's going to let Virgil or if Eddie's going to let Conor.
Mm-hmm.
What about Cody Crowley?
Yeah, Cody.
So Cody in between the time Spencer's mandated.
Yeah, Cody, Ugas.
I just watched the interview. It seems like Cody Crowley got a lot of respect for Boots. He was like, them niggas is some instigators over there. They want to see everybody beef with Boots. Boxing voice. Yeah, they try to put the pressure for him to come at Boots, and he was like, no, there's a reason why people ain't fighting him. Stuff like that. Like he got all respect for Boots.
I heard he asked for like $1 million to fight Boots. Is that true?
$1 million?
Yeah.
I heard it was more than that.
Oh wow. Yo, why is it you have the exclusives, bro.
But he is an interview. I just watched it. But Boxing Voice, they be instigating whoever around Boots weight class to come at Boots.
Yeah, but it was crazy because what's his name? Rashidi was going. He was talking like he wanted to do it, and then didn't his team turn it down?
Yeah, but all right. So So a lot of times, what reporters will do is reporters kind of And I've done this. You kind of press because you want a particular answer. So
Yeah.
you ask questions in certain ways, right? So essentially, they're asking him, oh, would you fight Boots? And the answer is yeah, he would fight Boots. Would you fight Boots after one round in a
In
2 year
two and a
layoff?
half years, yeah.
Nah. You said, would you fight Boots for without a title? There are probably circumstances to which his management will only entertain that fight, and a lot of times, Johnny will tell you, Johnny's a sports consultant. There, you want to get certain things out of certain fights, right, Johnny?
Yeah.
For just fight just for GP. So there's a dollar, there's a dollar amount on every fight.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Don't be surprised if Ellis. Ooh, I like that. I like it. I'll take it. I'll definitely take that.
That's
Yeah,
the
his
fight. That's
opponent's tough. His opponent that he's fighting next Saturday is tough.
All right, my man Willie, you appreciate the $5 super chat, my guy. Why doesn't Boots drop Cameron Duncan? I feel he would have more freedom if he signed directly to PBC or Top Rank. Is it because of loyalty? I really don't know.
yeah.
He's been with Cameron his whole career, and Cameron's got him to this point, so I guess he feels comfortable with Cameron. Um, I would like to see him add Al to the team so we can get those top level fights. But shit, whatever works for him. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, but I definitely think Al would be the perfect addition to that team.
It says Shakur, Boots, Virgil, Morrell, Keyshawn, Abdullah Mason, Hitchens, Frank Martin.
No,
I do think Xander's the goods.
yeah, Xander's is nice. He's cold.
Abdullah Mason's what, 135?
Yeah.
How you feel about him compared to Keyshawn?
Two different level of fighters at this point. He's a baby. Like when I saw him in the gym, I didn't know that was him, bro. I thought that was a kid that Bozy was working with. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, that little kid pretty good. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Whole time it's him. He got a baby face. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he does though.
They got a whole family that box. I seen them in Vegas.
Yeah, I feel like that has to be for a belt. I don't want us to waste good fights. David Benavidez versus Plant should be for a belt, but Canelo got that divisional, hostage.
But how would you feel? You could say the same thing about Spence and Crawford.
What, do they have the belts on hostage?
Yeah.
They got the belts on hostage. Come on, man.
No, that's what I was saying for Boots and Rashidi Ellis.
Yeah, and that's why I don't want it. That's why I don't want it. Boots versus Rashidi Ellis now.
So 10 times out of 10, do you think Boots beats Rashid? Well, I don't know why I asked that.
I'm sorry. That was disrespectful.
People gonna look at me crazy when I say he's gonna knock him out mid rounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think Rashidi's good. I think Rashidi's going to give Boots problems early. I think the speed is going to give him problems early until it doesn't.
I feel like Boots is going to catch him in between shots.
It's going to be interesting because what also hurts Rashidi Ellis is I think Boots probably got 2-3 inches of height on him.
He does.
So that speed can come with Boots throwing that speed back. Rashidi Ellis is kind of like the Steele Clayton. That shit might be like, oh, that shit is long coming that fast.
Yeah,
sleep on Brian Norman.
I ain't sleeping on him. He's a good young fighter. I just don't think that, he's better than any of these 8 as of right now, talent wise. But there's no disrespect to him. Yeah, as far as Johnny, what you boxing or what y'all was saying.
No, I was saying how you was like the speed. I wouldn't be surprised because got quick hand speed, but that when you see him next, I was like that height. When he's seeing somebody is fast throwing jabs at him back with that height, is gonna be like, oh shit.
How I see that fight going, if you gave Rashidi another fight like Ruben Villa, how I see that fight going is the first couple of rounds, you'll see Boots probably get hit with stuff that you hadn't seen in other fights
Mm-hmm.
on the outside, and you will see Rashidi get put it like this. It's going to be a back and forth. I would probably have it like 2 rounds apiece going into round 4, around round 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh, good
know,
night. Oh, okay.
yeah.
I see Boots getting him out of there mid rounds, and I don't know. Rashidi Ellis, to me, I he's good, but one is his height. So when he has somebody almost as quick or just as quick as him coming at with using a jab with that length is going it's probably going to freeze him a little bit, and then his defense to me is suspect.
Both of them never seen a dude that fast in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in a professional fight, neither one of them has. It's going to be a
You
culture
know.
shock for both guys. It's just that Boots has more dimensions and the size. Like
Like I don't
Boots,
see him all around compatible. Like I can see him definitely touching Boots here and there, but if I don't see him getting all around rounds. It's just a physical advantage with Boots with
I
that
can see
reach
him
and all
winning some.
that.
Johnny, I can see him winning some rounds. Johnny, he got good hand speed. I can see him winning some rounds if he decides to not really engage like that, and wop wop move, wop wop move, he can steal a couple of rounds until he can't.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes
But I
sense.
don't see him wop wop moving head wop wop. I don't see him doing that against
No,
Boots.
it's gonna be some shit coming back. But I'm saying that I can see a situation where it's maybe Boots 3 rounds to 2 before
Yeah, because watch up. You see Boots spar like maybe once a week or so, right?
yeah.
So you know firsthand
He be
how.
in there with me. Johnny be in there.
Oh yeah, I know. I know Johnny been in there. He's been saying he could take on Spencer Crawford for like 2-3 years now. So
Stops him.
yeah,
Stops him. And anybody in the comments, I know y'all gonna get mad at me. Y'all think, we just being a
But
fanboy.
I'm
No.
just even
Look,
with
stop.
Rashidi Ellis, you know who Rashidi Ellis look. He's a little bit more fluent Andre Berto.
I agree.
yeah, that too.
That's why I was just like their styles. Like, yeah, he's fast offensively, but somebody throwing that jab and the dude to me just got no his defense ain't up there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of somebody, oh yeah, throwing against me, he kind of freezes out when he touch that power against Boots
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that
hit that like
he's
button.
moving around. I don't see him. And then it's gonna be have to outwork Boots too.
Hit that like button. We got 7 minutes left. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long.
Smash
You
like
know,
but the
Johnny
drill.
got Johnny gonna be eating some butt later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's New Year. Officially
I'm
New Year.
gonna I'm
So
gonna be chilling. I can't drink or nothing, bro.
so why
Uh,
is
Once
him?
at the hospital. So,
Do you think Spencer Crawford has to be for undisputed in case Spence gets stripped?
no,
You think?
Andre will be key for training camp for Rashidi if he was to fight Boots.
boxing
Andre
nerd.
and Ellis has been sparring each other for years. Yeah, I'm
Real,
about to
real,
say they've been sparring for like
real, real fast. Boxing nerd Johnny. What
yeah.
belts was Pacquiao versus Mayweather for?
Oh,
Well, was it the WBC?
I don't even know.
I don't care. I don't know, and I didn't give a flying fuck
Facts.
because those were the best fighters.
Yeah,
And
they
when
didn't
it's
need
the
the
best
belts.
versus the best, you don't need a belt to tell you that they're the guys. They are two of the best fighters in the world. I just want to see it.
To be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you, why is the WBC the most prestige belt right now?
Floyd.
Exactly. Floyd didn't care about no other belt. They did business behind the scene. I'm a brand y'all belt. So now everybody, I want the green belt. I want the green belt.
Mm-hmm.
Philly's over. Rashidi lets Boots get his rhythm. It's curtains. Yeah. What he has to do is he has to make Boots uncomfortable. He has to just I don't know, just offset I feel like the key to beating him is punching while he punches, but you got to have the heart and the ability to get that off. If you don't,
I think for somebody to take rounds for Boots, they gotta probably be naturally bigger than Boots. That's why I don't see it. Rashid Ellis, unless Boots not swinging or whatever, but Boots throwing jazz with him and stuff like that. I think Rashid Ellis gonna freeze up once he get touched.
Yeah.
I knew L Dub would know.
L
And
Dub,
L Dub,
WBC, WBA, WBO, Floyd versus Pac. Yeah.
and L Dub. Did anybody call for? Oh well, Pacquiao and Floyd, they should fight Kell Brook first so it can be undisputed. We don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, Floyd didn't really care about Undisputed and stuff like that because they branded the WBC and he was the biggest payday. That's why people got mad at Ryan when Ryan was like, he Tank fighting Tank is bigger than winning a world champion. Because right now they don't really need the belt on that fight. They don't need the belt.
Right,
Ryan Garcia, think about it.
Wait,
Ryan
I'm gonna say this
Garcia,
though, Johnny.
huh?
Pac-Man and Floyd can do that because they have a litany of accolades, a litany of belts. They can say, fuck the belts, we just gonna rumble. Ryan Garcia hasn't won a world title yet. That's a problem, yo.
But you gotta think about it. He may be a top 5 more popular and never won a world title, and Tank is up there too. So if there was a bunch of belts trying to get in line, I bet you this, right? They're gonna do the same thing they did with Mikey Garcia and Broner. They're gonna make up a belt.
Yeah, but it's
just
still
to be
not
attached to that fight.
Johnny, as an athlete, right? You still want a championship. That he doesn't. One of the reasons why he's looked at as the way he does is he's progressing 10 years in mentality to his career.
Yeah,
he's already money, fame, as opposed to you working and okay, you were world champion for this amount of time, and then you start thinking about what makes sense business wise. Ryan's thinking about what makes sense business wise in the amateurs, and that's why he has the teeny bopper fan, but Mexicans don't love him.
Yeah,
they really don't love him.
And on Twitter, he's saying stuff like, "Oh, the belts don't matter; they're watered down." If someone,
I mean, I agree to him at a point though, because you gotta think about it. These belts just been making up belts.
Yeah.
There's regular champions, all types of bullshit. They go into franchise and all that. Yeah, I agree to him at a point. That shit watered down. Think about it, Tank. If you're the WBA, you're making more off of Tank than you making off the quote unquote world champion Devin Haney.
No, that's facts.
Being regular, so you gotta agree to him to a certain extent that they watered that shit out. They make titles. That's why I said that fight technically won't be for a title, but I bet you somebody, one of them sanctionings, prior to WBA, gonna be like, yo, or let's make up a title just for that fight.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, but you still want to win a world title.
No, I agree 1,000% with you, but I ain't mad at him for saying the titles are watered down and all that shit.
The titles are definitely watered down, and it don't help how he carries it either.
Yeah.
He didn't do it per se, but he's a part of the problem.
Yeah.
You okay. Ryan's popular because of what?
Social media.
Okay.
His looks, I guess. And
Oscar De La Hoya was popular because of what?
His looks and his the girls loved him, I guess.
Wait.
No, but
Oscar
De La Hoya had a real boxing background. Like he had the boxing way to the top.
He was popular because he won a gold medal. Now he had all that other stuff, but he did the work to get to a certain point to be recognized. Can't really say that Ryan did that, yo.
Yeah.
It's a different era. It's a social media era.
Mm-hmm.
You got influencers getting paid just as much as boxers, or even more.
Which is crazy.
Ryan Garcia got famous off that body bag and that snake bag trend. Where he just hit that snake bag and moved his head out the way, and then he just grabbed a bunch of influencers and punched them to the body a bunch of times. And
you know, at one point that could have been the biggest fight, probably bigger than Floyd and Pacquiao at one point. Take a guess.
What, Pacquiao versus what?
No boxers. You remember, it was a couple years ago. It was getting all that fee. If it would have happened,
go and give it to me.
Chris Brown versus Soulja Boy.
I was gonna say, bro. Man. I was gonna say.
because music transcends everything.
Yeah.
It just shows. It's about having a brand in media. And Ryan Garcia, he got the brand part.
Yeah, this guy has every commercial. He's with GMC. He's with Gatorade. He's with everything, man.
From the business aspect, Ryan Garcia is a great. He's an endorsement dream, but he doesn't sell tickets. You know why he doesn't sell tickets? There's a reason why this fight is on Showtime. There's a reason why this fight is on Tank's terms. Tank sells tickets. Tank sells pay-per-view. Ryan gets followers. Ryan's fan base doesn't have money because Ryan's fan base are children.
Yeah.
Tank's fan base is how old are you, boxing nerd?
Oh, I'm 25.
25, right? Tank's fan base got a job. Tank's fan base got a couple baby moms. Couple
Yo,
bricks
you
on the
sound
stroll.
real.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you sound
Facts.
Right?
Man, Tank's fan base is the urban and it's the streets.
That's facts.
Tank's fan base, you know, is the working man, the fat trapper with 2 or 3 chains on, the scammer.
Facts.
They all got money.
Yeah.
Instagram is free. Facebook is free. Pay-per-views and tank fights are expensive, but that shit still sells.
That's facts.
So why he got Gatorade and GNC? I'm pretty sure the nigga Tank's gonna be making like $10 million for this fight when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Tank can get Tank would if it wasn't for so much going on outside the ring, he would be big enough to get certain brands too.
True. I forgot to add this part. The bad bitch. Tank also brings the bad bitch.
That's facts. That's facts.
Tank concert is like a Low Dirt concert.
Yeah.
Tank Fights is a Low Dirt concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real. Like Tank connects with his people more than Ryan does connect with his. In more ways than we know.
It's 3 things you're gonna get at a Tank concert.
You said concert.
Weed, I'm sorry, because that's how it is, a Tank fight.
For real.
Weed smoke.
Yep.
Big fake butts.
Yep. Yep.
Real and big fake jewelry. And a couple of fist fights, maybe some gunplay.
Yeah.
You gonna be there the 7th mixing?
Huh?
You gonna be mixing on the 7th?
Yeah. Make sure none of y'all get into anything.
Yeah, facts. I really want to, because I'm from Canada. I really want to come to America for the Spence Crawford fight if it ever happens. So I want that to be my first fight.
You say for the Spence who versus who?
Versus Crawford. If it
Well,
ever
you ain't ever coming to America then for a fight.
Don't say that, bro.
You're not coming to America.
Yo.
Hey, yo. What part of Canada you from?
Toronto, Ontario.
Oh shit, yeah. Toronto's fucking lit. Johnny loved Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto cool.
Johnny only come up there for Carnival because he be fishing.
Nah, I never been to Carnival, but I heard it's lit.
Nah, it's awesome, but like, yeah, if it's ever made, I want to come to America for that, bro.
My man, Philly Zoe. Yeah. for the people that don't realize what he said, he gonna hold it down. All right, fellas.
When I was at the fight and Rolly on the floor, you be looking like, man, why is everybody so angry, bro? You on the floor, man. Like, usually on the floor is a good network vibe. Everybody chilling. These niggas staring at you like you in a hood bar. I'm like, man.
Yo, they looking at you because you look like one of their ops.
You like, man.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for joining me. I know everybody got to get to partying. Happy New Year. Like I said, we had a really good year, and it's all thanks to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all so much. A lot of growth, and I'm going to continue to be consistent and try to give y'all more. Boxing Nerd.
All right, man. See y'all in 2023.
Yes,
Johnny. Thank you. Hope you feel better. You better be healthy come Wednesday, nigga.
I ain't gonna be down on Wednesday. I might be down there Friday, early Saturday, bro.
Damn, yeah. You
Ain't
one
no
of the
point for me to
balls,
go down
man.
there Wednesday.
Huh?
Ain't no point for me to go down there
It's the
Wednesday.
media. Well, nigga, you in the mix still. It's the media workout.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, fellas. Thank you, man.
No worries, buddy.
On to 2023.
Yep.